Okay, this video is mainly a self-call out as well as a warning to anybody else who might be in a similar position. Mainly about imposter syndrome, not only pertaining to uploading content, which by the way nowadays is a very competitive space, and the people you're competing against probably look better than you, have more money, have a better lifestyle, possibly or probably have better relationships. Like, there's a lot of things that you can look at and justify not taking the actions that you want to take. And the other night I pretty much wrote down all of this, so I'd go over it, and it's going to be more of a raw conversational type video. Calling myself out first for imposter syndrome. This is the second video I'm filming. The first video I took when I first got to my villa here and in Thailand to train Muay Thai, which has been literally a dream, the only thing that I pretty much have thought about besides making more money for 3 years. Now I'm here. I didn't upload that one immediately because I didn't have Wi-Fi, actually. And now I have Wi-Fi. I'll upload them both at the same time. But imposter syndrome / self-belief. I felt like over the last few years that I've been striving to achieve things I want to achieve, I haven't had a lot of self-confidence because I put myself into situations with people who are higher than me in a few things. Not always the same person, but like one person might have more money than me, one person might have better relationships, one person has better fitness. People always ask me what I'm working on, and I always have the same answer, and I feel like I don't have results. And so that has kind of bred a mindset within me that I don't have something worth sharing, which exacerbates the imposter syndrome in posting videos now that I have something to say, hey, look, I did it. And that's BS. Like, I can talk about accomplishment now. I can talk about literally grabbing life and challenges and situations and circumstances and forcing them to go my way until I'm literally sitting in my dream. This is one of the first sunny days, by the way, here. It's been very overcast. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about. I was pushing so hard for so long that it almost happened overnight. And that's why a lot of people say that a lot of things seem like overnight successes, when the truth is, day in and day out, night in and night out, weekday and weekday out, weekend and weekend out, weekend in and weekend out, people strive and push and work and do their best every moment, every day. It almost feels like it never ends, and then one day they're there. And that's how it was for me a little bit, and I kind of let my fitness slide. And I did film a video of what my current physique looks like, mainly so that at the end of my Muay Thai training, I can see, and you, the viewer, can see what looks different and how the training has changed the shape of my body. Really what it's going to do is probably just slim me down a little bit, which is alright, I guess. But it's also to remind me to never, ever let myself show up to something that is so important to me, whether it's an event, a milestone, or I finally made it to Thailand, I'm in a villa, I'm training Muay Thai, it's awesome, and I'm not in the shape I want to be in. I want to feel confident in myself, even though I look a little homeless right now, which is actually kind of what I wanted. I just thought it was funny. Because I don't have to care anymore. I'll probably get a hair trim and maybe a beard trim while I'm here. We'll see. But to me, physical fitness is very important. And so if you're somebody that's pushing towards something that's important to you, and somewhere on your radar, physical fitness is important to you, don't let it be on the back burner while you're working towards your goal. Because you're going to get there and look at yourself and be like, I imagined a different version of me in this spot. And that happens all the time. Like, a lot of very successful guys aren't in the shape they want to be in. And then once they find their success, they get into the better shape, which is pretty much what I'm going to be doing now. But I think I could have done a better job along the way. So that's that. Self-call out and warning to anybody else that's striving. Okay. In my first video that will get uploaded before this one chronologically, I mentioned the price of the villa. It's $4K for a month. I think it's more expensive than it was a few years ago when I first decided I wanted to come here and train. But I don't care. It's not that much. And this is the third thing. This video is for everybody. But I'm hoping, because I haven't posted on YouTube in forever because I've just been working and I didn't feel confident enough, which I know is a BS excuse, which is why I'm calling it out. But this video is for guys that are younger probably, are pushing hard, or my channel is, so I'm hoping that's who's viewing this, but anyone can take anything out of this. Don't let that sound like a lot of money. And if you're somebody that consumes a lot of like success content, you hear that all the time. If you think that's a lot of money, it is a lot of money. What does that even mean? If you're somebody who is in positions, I know what they feel like working one job that pays like $2K a month post-tax. And post-tax, by the way, if you're in a country that is going to tax you no matter where you are in the world, like America, which I'm an American citizen, it's stupid. Like, oh, I make so much money. Okay, but how much do you keep? Really, it should be how much do you keep after taxes and your expenses. It's the only number that matters, because that's the number that you have to play with. Whether you want to buy nice cars, nice jewelry, nice clothes, nice lifestyle, like this villa, and Muay Thai training, which I've pretty much switched to only private lessons because that has the most leverage. It's going to cost me $700 a month, but once again, I don't care. That's not a lot of money. I've been rambling. That brings me back to my point. If you're a young guy, and I meet a lot of young guys that have that kind of hustle desire in them, and maybe they think they're hustling working at their job, and like they consume Andrew Tate content. Dude, if you're working a normal job, especially if it's only 40 hours a week, like 40 hours is also nothing. If you start a business, you're working more than 40 hours. You're working probably at least 80 if you're doing it right. That's just my opinion. In the beginning, let's say you start a business, this is the beginning. You should strive to hire people as soon as you can afford to. And you need to be smart about that. Probably do a lot of research and talk to people who know, but you can't just be doing one job. Because then 4K for a villa, well, that's 2 months of work post-tax for you, so it sounds like a lot. If you think you want to hustle and you are working a dumb job like that, you better have a side hustle that's actually your main focus. Like, you show up to work, and if you know it's a dead-end job, you know you don't care, you're just there for the money, do a good enough job that you're going to keep the job, but save your mental energy and bandwidth for a side hustle that you're actually serious about growing, that will hopefully supplement your income enough to where you can invest, or you can quit and go all in on content or day trading or whatever else there is, crypto, real estate, start a different business. Like, if you're somebody that works 40 hours a week or 50 or 60 and you're not happy with where you're at, too bad. You're going to be there for a while, because it takes a lot more than 40, 50, 60 hours a week in anything to actually push through and get to where you want to be. So I want to let you know that if you think that way, you're the problem. You haven't, well, you might have looked really hard, because I looked really hard for a long time. But you haven't found the thing yet, so just keep going. Like, it felt like I was in an endlessly dark tunnel, and it felt like I wasn't moving at all. It felt like I was on a treadmill in a dark tunnel with no light, but I just kept walking and walking and walking. Even when it felt like I was never going to get out of there, I just kept moving. Eventually, I got out of there. I'm grateful for my dedication, and I'm grateful for my own willpower that allowed me to do that. So find something else. Like, if I ever had to go back, my rule for myself would be, I have a side business, and you can do so many things that are actually profitable while you work a job that pays your expenses and you save a little bit. $2K a month, if you can't live on $2K a month, you're probably an idiot. That's inflammatory. But you either have a family, it makes it a little harder. But if you're a single guy or girl and you're making $2K a month and you can't save at least $500 a month, you gotta really, really look at yourself in the mirror and go through your finances and figure out why you can't live on that. Because I know people who pay for college and they live on like less than $1,000 a month. It's you not willing to be uncomfortable enough for long enough to save the money that you can use to make more money to get out of that situation you hate being in. And so it's your fault. And more people need to know that the reason their life sucks is because of them, and that it's their fault. Because the people who don't will continue to live that life until they die, always thinking it was someone else's fault, and therefore doomed to perpetual torture by a life that they don't want. Okay. Something that Hormozy said that pretty much struck true for me is, it will take longer than you expect. Alex Hormozy. It did take longer than I expected until it happened all at once. Overnight. It didn't happen overnight. It happened over 3 years. 3 very long, very painful years that I just didn't stop pushing. And if I fell, I got back up. So, expect it to take longer. Buckle in. Mentally accept and understand and adapt to that concept, because it will make the time go quicker, because you know that you're just stepping again and again, and eventually you will get there. That's really all I had written down. We're at 14 minutes now. Don't stop. I have a lot of friends that are successful that I've met through various ways, whether it's been sales or online entrepreneur groups or being introduced. Every single one of them, it's always just keep going. And it starts to sound like, what's the word? just starts to sound like run-of-the-mill advice, and you start to assign the idea to it that it doesn't have value because it's so prevalent in success culture. And the more there is of something, obviously, the less value it's perceived to have. That's why gold has value, or Bitcoin, because it's finite. There is only a certain amount of it. But when you see just keep going, just keep pushing, put the work in and day out, it's like, yes, I've heard that over and over and over again. It doesn't mean anything to me at this point. It should. It's the only way I did it. It's the only way anybody who doesn't have it handed to them does it. So with that, hopefully you got something out of that, whoever you are. I'm rooting for you. And I'm always open to messaging a couple people in the comments or hearing feedback. So, till the next one, guys.